Screens aren't that bad. Hold on, Omar. What are you talking about? Your entire channel is about reducing your screen time, staying away from social media, connecting more with the people in your life. I mean, your first video on this channel, your intro video literally says that this channel is about digital minimalism, stepping back from screens. So how are you now making a video saying screens aren't that bad? How are you here saying that we should use screens? Well, hear me out, bro. Hear me out, okay? The message of digital minimalism that Cal Newport proposes, and something else I'm going to teach you that this author proposes, is that screens aren't bad in themselves. Technology isn't bad in itself. It's our use of it that's bad. And when you become a digital minimalist, it is down to you to choose and use screens correctly. Okay, here's what I mean. So I agree, and I fully think that most of us, the best way to use screens is to, number one, have a reduction in screen time use, right? I think all of us can benefit from reducing our screens. But then once we've reduced our screen time, then I don't think we should cut out screens completely, but we should use them in the right way and in moderation. Here's what I mean, right? Screen time actually helped rebuild my relationship with my parents. So me and my mom and me and my dad, we never really done things together ever since I've been a teenager. We never really done anything together. We live together under the same roof, but I'm always in my room, gaming, YouTube, Netflix, on repeat. But now I've started to rebuild my connection with my dad. How? Every weekend we watch football together. And I've never really cared about football, but I'm starting to like it, and me and him, we enjoy watching it together. That's in front of a screen. Let me talk about my mom now. Me and my mum, we've never done anything together previously, but now we're doing movie nights. We're watching a film together once a week. We're building that connection. We're bonding. We're vibing. I'm getting closer with my mum, but we're doing it over a movie. So I'm watching a screen. We're in front of a screen. So here I am now, saying that we should be a digital minimalist, saying that we should reduce our screen time. But also here I am, improving my connection with people around me using screens. Interesting. Well, here's the thing. When you become a digital minimalist, when you reduce your screen and your technology use, one of the benefits that are proposed of doing that is connecting with people around you and getting to know them better and in-person type connections. And as you've just seen from the example I gave, I personally done that with screens, and that's fine. And the point that I'm making in this video is screens aren't bad in themselves. It's the way we use them. And so if you use screens to help build connections with people, then that's totally fine. The goal with being a digital minimalist isn't to cut screens out completely. It's to use them the right way. And the right way, as I've said previously, is to, number one, probably reduce our screen time use. I think that's always a good starting step. Always reduce your screen time use because you're using it too much. You're probably definitely using your screens too much. So reduce screen time use. But then of the screen time use that you do use, be very selective and intentional with how you use your screen time. So don't just bum out on YouTube for 3 hours doom scrolling. Don't be in the middle of the night leaving hate messages on Twitter. Don't be at a dinner with your friends scrolling through Instagram. Like, no, they are bad uses of your screen time. Good uses of your screen time would be to watch a film with family, would be to FaceTime an old friend, would be to, I can't think of an example off the top of my head, but I'm sure you can. You get what I'm saying, right? Do what I done with my mum, right? Watch movie nights with mum. Do what I done with my dad. Watch football, watch sport with your dad. That's how you use screens in a good way. And so the message of this video is screens aren't bad in and of themselves. It's our use of screens that has become bad. Over the years, we've become too addicted to them and we're using them in all the wrong ways. You know, leaving hate on Twitter, doom scrolling YouTube, scrolling Instagram, wanting validation on Snapchat. I don't know, you get what I mean? Using screens in terrible ways. And so what I'm saying here is, number one, reduce your screen time, but then of the screen time you use, be very selective and use it the right ways because it can be beneficial and it can be helpful. And that's exactly what Cal Newport says. He literally says that he doesn't recommend a world in which we completely cut out screens. He says, be more selective with where you use your screens. This is exactly what this author says as well. Screens aren't inherently bad, and it's a bit too extreme to cut out screens and to label everyone who uses a screen as a bum and, oh, look at that guy, he uses a screen, whereas look at me, I'm screen free. Like, no, bro, it's 2024, you'll never be screen free. The internet is very prevalent in our lives, personal lives, work life, business life, everything, right? So the goal isn't to cut out screens, is to use screens properly. And this is what I mean when I say screens aren't bad, but our use of them probably is. Which is why we need these books, which is why we need to take actions, and this is why you need to become a digital minimalist. That's all I have for today. Just wanted to share a little story of how I, ramble on about being a digital minimalist and reducing your screen time, but how I've also been able to improve the connections with important people in my life via screens as well. Sounds a bit contradictory. Sounds a bit like, how's he telling me to reduce my screen time? Then he's telling me the benefits of screen time. I don't really know how to juggle it. Well, hopefully this video has explained how to juggle the reduction in screen time while also using screens in a beneficial way. So yeah, hopefully not too much waffle, 6-minute video. If I'm on your screen right now, I've kept your interest somehow. Catch you in the next one. Take care.